Two borrowers walk into your office. Both have a 700 credit score, similar income, similar revolving debt, similar overall credit profiles. On paper, at first glance, they may look remarkably similar. But what if I told you one borrower has been steadily reducing debt for the last 2 years, while the other has been steadily accumulating it? Are those borrowers really telling us the same credit story? That's the conversation the mortgage industry is beginning to have, as trended credit data takes a larger role in modern credit scoring. And if you're a mortgage professional, I believe this is one of the most important credit concepts for you to understand right now. Let's start with what trended data actually is. Trended credit data is not simply payment history. It's expanded historical information. It's historical information associated with individual trade lines. Depending on the data, that can include things such as the amount owed, minimum payment, and actual payment made. It also includes how account balances have changed over time. It gives us more of the borrower's behavior. Think of a traditional credit report snapshot like a photograph. You can look at the picture and see, here's the balance, here's the credit limit, here's the payment status, here's the utilization, here are the accounts, all valuable information. But one photograph can't necessarily tell you what happened. One photograph can't necessarily tell you what happened before the shutter clicked. Trended data gives us more of the movie. And this idea is actually not brand new. Fannie Mae's desktop underwriter has incorporated trended credit data into its risk assessment since 2016. That is an important distinction because I'm hearing trended data discussed right now, as though the mortgage industry has never seen it before. We have. What is changing is its role in the next generation of credit scoring. Modern scoring models like FICO Score 10T and VantageScore 4.0 incorporate it directly. FICO says Score 10T can consider historical account information across the previous 24 months or more. VantageScore 4.0 also incorporates trended credit behavior, and that's significant because let's go back to those two borrowers. Borrower number one currently owes $5,000. 6 months ago, they owed $9,000, then $8,000, $7,000, $6,000, and now $5,000. Borrower number two also owes $5,000 today, but 6 months ago, they owed $1,000, then $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and now $5,000. The current balance is identical. The behavior isn't. Now, I am not saying that one piece of information automatically determines a score. Credit scoring models are much more complicated than that, and a score isn't the complete mortgage decision. But this example demonstrates why historical behavior can add context that a single snapshot cannot. Fannie Mae gives us another good example. Imagine two borrowers who carry similar revolving accounts. One regularly pays their balance in full or pays substantially more than the minimum. Another borrower consistently makes only the minimum payment. Those repayment patterns provide meaningful information. That's credit behavior, and mortgage professionals need to understand that distinction because consumers have also changed. Think about how we use credit today. We shop online. Payments happen electronically. Auto pay is everywhere. Rewards programs are sophisticated. Consumers use cards for travel points, cashback, airline miles, hotel rewards, and everyday purchases. Joy is a perfect example. She likes her points. And there is an important distinction here. A consumer can put significant spending through a credit card while also managing that obligation responsibly. Another consumer may have similar balances because debt is accumulating. A balance doesn't tell you which is which. Behavior over time gives you additional context. And that brings us to the current credit score conversation. FHFA approved both VantageScore 4 and FICO Score 10T for use by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. But we need to be very precise about what that means today. We are still in an interim transition. Approved lenders may use VantageScore 4 or Classic FICO for loans delivered to the GSEs. FICO remains approved. FICO Score 10T has also been approved, and historical GSE data was released in July 2026. But actual GSE lender implementation of FICO 10T is scheduled for a later date. So please don't tell borrowers FICO is gone. It isn't. And don't tell them every lender uses VantageScore. They don't. The accurate statement is that we are moving into a period of greater choice and modernization. And both of these modern models have something important in common. They incorporate trended data. That's what I want loan officers paying attention to. We're moving from a conversation about what is the score toward a more sophisticated conversation. What created the score and what behavior is underneath it? This also means some of the credit advice consumers have heard for years may become even more incomplete. Could lowering a balance matter? Absolutely. But 1 month of behavior does not necessarily erase a longer trend. That's actually healthy for our industry. Mortgage lending should not be about making a profile look pretty. It should be about understanding risk accurately and helping borrowers become genuinely prepared for home ownership. That's exciting. Because technology becoming smarter does not eliminate the need for credit expertise. I believe it increases it. If two scoring models look at some of the same information but weigh it differently, loan officers need to understand that. If two scores come back differently, don't automatically assume something is wrong. Ask what model created the score. Look at the reason codes. Look at the trade lines. Look at the balances. Look at the repayment pattern. Look at the trajectory. Because the number is the output. The credit report contains the evidence. Trended data gives us more evidence than a snapshot. So remember these 3 words. Look beyond today. Don't only ask, what is the balance today? Ask, where was it going? Don't only ask, what is the utilization today? Ask, what has the borrower been doing? And don't only ask, what is the score today? Ask, what story created it? Because a 700 may still be a 700, but the behavior behind those 700 seconds may be very different. And the future of credit is getting better at seeing that difference. At My Credit Info, we want you prepared. We don't simply want you to receive a score. We want you to understand what the report is telling you, because the score gives you a number. The report gives you context. And the trend gives you the story. The score is the snapshot, the trend is the story. My Credit Info, understand the report, understand the borrower.